Okay, so you want to learn how to draw a dragon. First, you gotta start with the fucking shape, bro. For those of you who trace all your shit from Google, this is called sketching the thumbnail. You have to sort of scribble it out like you're possessed by a demon from hell, and then you can choose what shape you like the best. So I've scribbled out 4 dragons, and, well, by the looks of it, I kinda like the one on the bottom right. Okay, rule of composition 101, don't make things in a straight line, stagger it down like I've made that triangle, and now I can sketch out how I want the head to go. This is still just kind of a gesture drawing, I'm just still sort of scribbling it, and I'm making the claws, I made the flame, I'm making the elbows and everything like that. I put the spine in place and the belly, and give a couple of spikes. Now I'm making the grid. This is like in the Matrix, when everything looks like it's kind of made from computer stuff. Yeah, you sort of put a grid on everything. So now I'm starting the background, kind of doing a Swiss cheese effect. Now I can finally get the outline started. And I'm carefully doing all of the lines thick to thin with a brush pen. That way, it gives it contrast. Putting in all the little nubs and gnarls up his spine to make it kind of interesting. Not all dragons have this, it's just a stylistic decision that I've made. Then I'm going to put more spikes all over his body, and I'm going to draw in his scales, starting with the fingers. Now, I like to do the scales with a thin line, once again, for contrast, against the thick lines. Now I'm outlining all the background with a gray line. Okay, a little more detail, and we're just about ready, to start the background. Now I'm starting with dark, and I'm doing some light tones, kind of blending some things together there. As you can see, I've done sort of a Swiss cheese effect in my background, and that's mostly because I like cheese. Now, what I'm doing is I'm bringing out more darks now that I can see more of the background. Now I'm just blending some of the blacks into the grays to give it a nice smooth effect. And we're just about ready to start with the vermilion, also known as shu in Japanese. It's not red and it's not orange. Now I'm putting some rendering onto the dragon, which is another word for light and shadow. Now, this particular style doesn't need to be rendered that much because it's kind of done in a traditional style, sort of somewhere between traditional and illustrative, I would say. So it's kind of a modern traditional. I'm making all the scales stand out so that it looks less like a clusterfuck and more like a dragon. Now, I'm doing gold and yellow, and notice I'm not using any primary colors because we're not in kindergarten and we're not using crayons. Now I'm rendering a little bit on the spine, adding a bit of light and a little bit of shadow. And I'm doing the same thing wherever I see fit, along the rest of the dragon. Here I'm sort of playing around with maybe some splatter effects for the background, but I think it kind of looks like shit. So I decide not to use that. There's my signature, and there's the eyes. We always end with the eyes. Well, now you know how to draw a dragon. So stop ripping all your shit off of Google and draw something from your imagination, bro. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Join me next time for another episode of Drawing with Stony. Please comment and subscribe. And don't forget to smash that like button. But if you smash your like button too hard, you may smash your computer. Trust me, bro, I've done that a couple of times and it starts getting expensive. So be careful.